Hello there and welcome back to Foundry. Yes, back on Foundry once again, going to be playing a single player playthrough. Yes. Let's go ahead and 175 hours. Holy crap! All right, so a few things as we get started, of course, and since it is a Monday, hopefully you all had yourselves a great weekend. Yes. One little quick note for me. I'm going to try not to mention this too much because people are going to be tired of hearing it real fast. I understand. But if you have not heard yet, the channel now has memberships. So if you'd like to get a membership, if you'd like to support me financially, essentially, you can get a membership now from or for the channel. And, it comes with a few things. Yeah, and it's not a requirement, so don't worry about that. And I'm also going to try my absolute best. Try my absolute best to not keep content locked behind paywall, because I've always hated that kind of thing. So, yeah, I understand why they do it. I just don't like it. So, like I said, I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, the memberships are available if you'd like to get it. There's only one level, of course, but you become an investor. So that's what I'm calling it. I figured with the a company name as the channel name, think that fit perfectly because you guys will be investors. But yeah, and today also marks the time that we already have our first investor. So, and like I said, I'm going to try not to mention it too much. So. It'll be just this once, just this one time for the week. So, but anyway, with that, let's go ahead and get started here. So, if you weren't here last time on Friday, we had decided that we needed a whole lot of electronical components, and doing the math on how many we're going to be building per floor, we decided that 10 floors is what we're going to need. It's actually 5 floors of production, but each floor in between each production floor is going to be a logistics floor. So basically, all the stuff where all this goes, goes underneath and stuff like that. And it's going to be the same on this side, so yep, got to get that done as well. Yes. So, all of that is going to be built and then brought down via the cargo elevators, which are here on this side and on this side. On this side, it's just going to be rods. So, and it's going to be 2 elevators per floor, I think it was. Something like that, and we've already got the elevator in place for the personal elevator, which goes all the way to the top. But yeah, so that's what we got to get done today. There's a whole lot to get done, a whole lot to try and get done, stuff, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you can see that there's going to be these bridges. I might make them thinner, actually. I was going to leave them all wide like that, but then I'm like, well, actually, if we make these like super thin, they could be like little catwalk bridges, in between buildings, as you often see in real life. So where you got 2 buildings next to each other and then they're connected on a few different floors. I think that could look pretty cool. So that way it saves on us having to try and find room for all the elevators that we're going to need, because these ones are going to be exporting. So they import rods and then they export the coil. And the coil is going to go down onto the logistics floor, and then the coil is going to go across the little bridge and go into directly to these, rather than us having a whole bunch of elevators. Because right now, the way the elevators work is the elevators got rods coming in via these elevators, and then the what do you call it? Then the export of electronical components then goes into another elevator and then gets exported. And of course, this floor is already done, so we're going to be moving on to floor 2. The first thing we got to do is probably work out how many rods do we need per floor? So these are 60 rods per minute. I think past this point, we should probably, to save on space as well, we should probably go, well, I was like, we should probably go and do less rods per minute, because the way this one is, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 machines. We only need 6 machines, so we only need half of this. So we should what we should probably do is we should probably reduce this by 1 line, because then we'll have 8 machines, which will overproduce just a wee little bit. But having this many machines might be too much. So if we can reduce this to 8 machines rather than 12. Okay, yeah, because like I said, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, no, it starts 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's 1 machine per 2 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is 6. Okay, so we'll reduce it to 8, which will make that be 60, 120 per belts, 120, 240, 360, 480. So 2 belts per floor, 2 belts of rods per floor. So it's going to be 2 elevators per floor. We could export the wire, but via the elevator, but I'm not going to do that. So 1, 2. Hold on. I have to. How many elevators are we going to need? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 elevators in the back here. How many elevators fit side by side the way these are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if we rotate them the other way, we could probably fit all 8 right here. So it's a, what is it, a 4? It's a 4 by 3, right? Am I correct on that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? I don't have any cargo. Let's build some cargo elevators. We need to anyway. Okay, we'll build, or sorry, freight elevator. We'll build 1, because that's all we have. Need to go grab some stuff. Looks like plates is what I need. Alright, so we got a cargo elevator. 9. Yeah, it is a 4 by 3. So 4 on this side. Oops. 3 on this side. Okay. And we should be able to fit 8, I would think, side by side like this. Alright, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Oh, exactly 8. Perfect. And then I'm going to take this all the way up to the top of the building. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, take that all the way to the top of the building. Oh, wait, there was no more floors. Oops. Okay. And then we go build a bunch of elevators, and then we'll get those installed. Alrighty then. Got the elevators built and got the belts over here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough rod belts to make this work properly. We'll go back. So you see the 4 belts here. I have 8 elevators. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work very well. Well, I guess we'll see once it's in full swing. But yeah, if we go all the way over here, I had to completely reconstruct this area as well because I added some rod belts and whatnot. So yeah, all of these are filled with rod. Look how many rod belts I have. It's crazy. I had to completely remove this one and move it over even further, like we did last time. This one that went underground, this one was actually in the middle over here. and it went underground here. But I decided to split it off on the side instead, since it doesn't take very many rods anyway, and then go down to the ground there. So we got two splitting off this very far belt. However, excuse me, I'm a little bit tired. However, we do have all of these belts here that then split and go off as well. So I hate the way this looks, but I'm too lazy to change it at the moment. Yeah, that's a lot of rods. Luckily, the rods don't get used up as much. But yeah, I even went over here and moved the X forward so that we can add another set of splitters on this as well. So if you come over here, you can see these lines are already being split, and then we're being split again on the edges, just to add that extra belt, and then being split again on the edges to add another belt so that we can have, what do we got here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 belts so far. Had to completely move these over, had to move this line over, all that stuff. Yeah, it's quite crazy. But trying to get enough belts in here to make this work, I don't think this is going to work. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to completely deconstruct and reconstruct the smelting factory for rods, so that we can actually get that number of belts and at a decent rate. So we've already got the new what do you call it? We've already got the newer recipe as well, so should be able to make that work. But anyway, so yeah, and the other thing I did too, because I know I'm going to cut all of that out, I decided I was just going to build for a while. We actually go to the top here, or not to the top, to production level 2. Oh, that's a little high, but whatever. Production level 2, it's fine. There's nothing up here. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm a little bit tired today. A little bit exhausted. Had fun with a friend, so. Yeah, I went ahead and built all the floors for this as well, so that we'd be ready. And of course, every 2 elevators stop off at each floor, going all from right to left here. Same with these ones, the way these ones work. But anyway, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have to simultaneously build each floor. So what I mean by that is we're going to have to build the wire coil, and then we're going to have to build electronic components. Well, not these 2 floors, but those 2 floors there. Build those 2 floors simultaneously, as well as do the logistics on each, and then move on to the next level, and so on. And pulling from these elevators. Luckily, like I said, doing the logistics floor is really, it's a really smart move, because this allows me to have the elevators take up all this room. We could have belts going anywhere within this level, and as long as they don't block off the elevator, of course. They can go anywhere in here and get inserted into the machines above them, pretty much at any point, as long as the belts, of course, connect and work properly. But yeah, and we're going to have belts going all over the place in here as well, so there's plenty of room to make that work. So that's why I decided to do logistics floor, and I think that might be one of the best ways to do it. And I might start using kind of this kind of blueprint, I guess you could say. The blueprints are coming eventually. It's in the roadmap, but this kind of blueprint going on in the future, when we're building multiple floors of a factory like those there and stuff like that, is to have a logistics floor underneath each production floor, so that there's plenty of room for belts and shenanigans and stuff to go on, that kind of stuff. But once we get to an actual blueprint, now these 2 are going to be designed differently from what's down there, because down there on the very first logistics floor, you have all this vast amount of room to do what you want. but up here, obviously, we only have up to this point. Actually, it's not even this point. It's up to this point, one space in, to put our belts and stuff, because that's going to be the wall, of course. And you know what's funny is, now that I think about it, just because I like number 5 or anything that's divisible by 5, you know, that kind of stuff has always been my number, type of thing. Well, not always been my number, but it's always been what I like to work with is in 5s. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that. It's really awesome. The 5x5 decorative walls are going to work perfect because they're 5x5. It might not work perfectly this way, but it'll definitely work perfectly up and down. I don't have to tear into the ceiling above in order to put those walls in if I want to use them. So, you know, pretty happy about that. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to go up to production level 2, or production level 3. Production level 2 is down there. No, I wanted to stop. Production level 2, please. Back down. I love that. I love the personal elevator. Even though it's slower than like jumping or using a jetpack, I still love it. So yeah, on these floors, I'm going to have to put down the machines first, get the inputs going, and then we'll work on doing the logistics floor below them, and then move on to the next floor, and so on. So, do we have enough? We only have 4 machines. I need to go get some more machines. Well, crap. The other thing we need to do is, now that we have circuit boards, I think? Or am I stupid? Nah, I'm stupid. Never mind. Like I said, tired. Had an awesome time yesterday. Even though I didn't really enjoy the game we were playing. I enjoyed it to a point. It's one of those colony sim management games. Maybe not a sim, but it's a colony management game that's also a survival game in turn. So you got to not only survive, but you got to keep your colony alive as well, with raids and yada yada yada. It's just I'm not knocking the game because it's a bad game or anything like that. It's just something I kind of lost interest in. Wasn't really my type of game to begin with. And I played a few of them. And I'm just like, I get bored with it. I think is what it is. And of course you can disagree. You can disagree with me all you like. I'm fine with that. Just take them all. Yeah, it's just it's not my personal type of thing. I can definitely enjoy certain survival games. It's just a lot of them are pretty cookie cutter style. And they just, I don't know, they all seem to copy each other just with a different skin, you know? And I realize that they're going to copy each other in the colony sim aspect, but the survival game part of it is kind of copying each other as well, which kind of makes it bland in my opinion. But again, like I said, just an opinion. You don't have to agree with me. And I'm not going to be angry with you if you don't agree with me either. So, just the way I am. Alright. Oh crap, I didn't do any measurements. Okay, so the start of it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now I have to let's go to the elevator again. Alrighty then. Wow. I decided to do all the production floors all at the same time. So we have the wire over here. This one's a little bit more spaced out because there's enough room for a space. If you remember, we need 6 machines. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You divide that by 2 because it's one of these machines, which produces 120 wire to 2 of those. So then you have... what do you call it? So then you have 1 machine to 2 of those. So then you have 12 there, divide that by 6, or divide that by 2, it is 6. Divide that by 6, yeah. So that is 6, and then you've got 6 machines, but because of the way this is designed, it did 8 machines, so that I could kind of overflow the belts just a little bit, so that I could, keep the belts full. Because if we do exact in trying to split merge the belts, it's not going to work out. So if you have an extra couple machines doing the work, then you end up with a little bit more on that side. So, but that does work there. And then this goes all the way down, by the way. So here's the next production floor. Next one. Get all the machines in place. So the next thing I'm going to do is we'll go back up to each production floor, and we're going to get the rest of the production floor complete by putting in the inserter, or the inserters and the outputs and the belts that do those outputs and inputs and stuff. Get that all set up and ready to go, and then we'll start working on the logistics floor. I'm hoping to get this done today. Like I said, hope. Production floor 5. We'll start from the top, go to the bottom, since we went from the bottom to the top on this one. Makes sense to me. I don't know. But all of this is absolutely necessary for the amount of wire coil that we need. Or sorry, the amount of electronic components that we need. It is insane. Very. Okay, so the way these are going to work, of course, is we're going to... I am low on second lane loaders. Balls. Second lane loaders. It's like, I knew I had some more. I actually made 1 million of them. Yeah, look at that. It's the twin electronic components. Towers. That kind of thing. Yeah, so basically the way it's going to look like this, essentially. And then, of course, I'm going to put down the walkways and such. So wire coil is going to come in on that side, on the short side, and then, of course, rods on the high side. And that's just the way it's going to work from the top down, essentially. So, yeah, if you give me a few moments, then we'll get this side done, and then we need to work on the wire coil, or not the wire coil. We're going to start working on the production floor after that. So, yep. See you about 5 hours from now. Just kidding. All right, let's do it. Alrighty then. Well, been at this for a little while now. I told you it'd be a couple hours at the very least. I don't know. It's been about 2 hours, maybe, something like that. I didn't pay attention when I started, as usual. Of course, I never pay attention. I'm too poor. But yeah, got all of the production levels completed. So if we head over here, we're at production level 2. I did add a roof access for this elevator, so for each elevator, by the way. And you can see the way these this little edge here, the reason there isn't a walkway on it, because that's where the walls are going to go. So we got that. But if we go down to, or go up to production level 5, you'll be able to see out this elevator that you'll see that all of the production levels have been completed. So that was 2. There's 3, 4, and 5. Yep, all the production levels 5 have been completed for electronical components, as well as the wire coil that's going to go for these electronical components. So I did do every single floor, got the walkway in place. These ones are a little bit different. The reason is because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be the ramp. And even if we went down 1, we'd still have to cut over like this. And when I did think about moving all the machines back 1 space, but then I thought about the elevators. That's not going to give us enough room with the freight elevators being in the way on the lower floors. So that was that. And the reason we can't go 4 is because we'll have the ramp go in right up against the wall, and then you won't be able to put a belt on there unless we put holes in the wall. And even if we moved it back 1, they would be 4, and then this would be cut off right here. This would be cut off, and you'd have to go back and around if you wanted to get to this side of it. So, and that was the same case with the outputs. The outputs weren't able to be in the middle of the machine like they usually are, because if this was here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right up against the wall again, unless you wanted to curl around. So, but these ones we were able to move them over, and I was gonna do just the end machines moved over one, but then I wanted it all to match and whatnot. So this is the way that worked out, which is it actually worked out pretty nicely. We got the 2 inputs here. They're not hooked up yet, of course. But yeah, then we got all the outputs and stuff going down below. And yeah, like I said, we do have a roof access. We can now be at the top of the building. Well, this will be the roof access until we need to add more to this. If we can ever add more to this. I don't think we can because we're out of space, but that does work there, so as you can see. And all the floors, adding lights to all the floors is going to be... Oh, that's going to take forever. Because every single floor is going to have lights to make that work. But yeah, you can see the city's kind of lit up a little bit, huh? Yeah, just a wee bit. I need to get lights on the actual street with those things, of course. But yeah, it's getting there though. It is getting there. So the next thing to do is to do the logistics floor. We'll do one logistics floor and then I'll probably cut the rest. But yeah, so logistics floor 2, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. And once we do one logistics floor, then I can copy that to the rest of it. But for now, we're going to be planning the logistics floor and how it's going to go the rest of the way up. So, so we've got 3 elevators here. 2 of them are going to be rods. One of them is going to be output. Now, I do believe this one is the output, I think. I'm actually not sure. I guess we could test. If we say we put an output on this. So let's do output, output, output for the moment. And let's see. Okay, that one's clearly rods. And that one's rods. This one's input. Okay. So we'll swap that to intake. So that one's, because these ones are both bringing rods, and let's just make sure. Let's put a belt on there. Okay, yep, that's definitely input. Alright, cool. I might test them, test each and every single one of these. But I do want my output to go this way, I think. But yeah, you can see here's the output. We're going to be combining all of them, because if we think about it, I think it's 30. Is that that's the production rate, I believe. I guess we can test at 7. I had to make a whole bunch of more regular inserters and a whole bunch of machines. I probably made close to like 200 machines, or maybe 150, something like that, of these assemblers, just in my pocket. Electronic components, that is 30. Okay, so then we take 30 times 12, and that was 360, wasn't it? Pull out my damn calculator here. Yeah, so it was 30 times 12, that, yep, 360, okay. It's like, I believe that was the number, so it's slightly over what the belt can do, but eventually that'll be upgraded. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to I don't know how I'm going to combine these, because I can't combine them at the end because we're out of room. So I might rotate the belt around and then combine them all the way here, and then we'll, at the very end, we'll combine all 3, and then we'll make our way down here. So is there enough room to slope downwards? Whoops, that was already sloped down. No, there's not enough room. Okay, so the way this has to work then, it's going to have to do this. Oh. Yeah, I didn't think about that. This is like, I we gonna make that work? Because there's not enough. I mean, there's more than enough room, of course, but yeah, these ones. Oh, you know what? We can combine them on the floor and then make that work that way. Yeah, because the inputs, the two inputs are going to be on this side. Of course, they're going to rotate. So the way these ones are going to work is they're going to do this. Okay, so that one's 2, that one's 1. Oops. That one's 2, that one's 1. That one is 2, that one's 1. And then we need one pointing that way, like that. And then slope that down. Yeah, I think I'm going to slope it all the way down to at least here, I think. Okay, it's just like I need to get these. Oops. Wait, what the heck happened here? I have no idea. Whoa, wait. What? Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens. I don't know if it's just I just miss it when it happens, but it's really weird. Okay. So that goes like that, that goes like that. Yep, slope it down to here because we need to put splitters on this. So two of the one elevator is going to serve 2 lines, essentially. So, yeah, and then we're going to have the wire coil come over here across this little bridge here. We should probably bring it in on this side of it for one side. I mean, I guess we could use up more space here, but I'd rather not. I'd rather keep it all in one space and then make it work. Because of the way this is placed here. I'm placing this correctly. Hold on. So foundations. So then we place our foundations like this. So yeah, then that'll work. Yeah, and then that'll work for the rods. So then the rods are going to be. So we go back 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. 1, 2. And then the last one's there. And then the next one. Wait. No, the next. Wait. Yeah. I should have. What I should have done was I should have looked. Hold on, I could just do this. Boop. Super easy. 30, 60, 90 per. Because the way these work is it goes like this. So 30, 60, 90. Is that the rods? Yeah, 30, 60, 90 is the rods. So. It's going to be 90 per elevator then. Or sorry, no, 180 per elevator, because no, 100, yeah, 90 times 2 is 180, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know, I'll just do it this way. And then, yeah, hold on, get rid of that one. So then, we'll take our lifts. So this one goes here. This one goes here. And this one goes here. This is where it gets complicated. And this one goes here. There's a very specific reason all that goes like that, so. Yeah, so this one continues on, and then you got the other belt that comes in. This one continues on. And we got to make sure we put the rods in the correct side. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, and we got to make sure we put the rods on the right lift.
I guess we are near the next production floor. So the rods come in. Okay, so yeah, the coils come in closest to the machine, and the rods come in at the farthest away point. So I need to make sure I get that belt correct. I guess not that it matters when it goes up, but I'd rather have it. I'd rather have it the same, so that everything matches. Okay. So this one would not. The way this is put, this would not be correct. Because this right here, when it rotates 180 degrees, is going to be the closest one to the machine, and this one's going to be the furthest away. So, yeah, this would not be correct. Okay. So that's going to be a little bit. That definitely is going to throw a wrench into things, because of which side is coming up for what. Turn down for what? You know what? Why don't we have the wire coil come in at the ground level? No, that won't work. Unless we do it this way. Unless... Wait. Oops. Oh, these are going to kind of cross each other, I think. Okay, so the wire... This is the wire coil. We'll start with the wire coil then. And see if this works. Like I said, I just gotta build it and see what happens. So the rods come in this way. Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is not going to work. Because even if we put it correctly, so the rods are going to have to go on the other side, because there's not enough room on this side to make this work properly. So the rods are going to have to switch. They are going to have to switch sides. Because the wire coil, unless the wire coil comes in at the higher height, yeah, that's just not going to work. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter a whole hell of a lot, but at the same time, it does kind of matter. Because even if it comes in, yeah, that would make things very complicated. Unless we use the rim to our advantage a little more. So we put the wire coils, they come in at the ground level, right? So they come in, oops, wrong side. Okay, so wire coils come in at the closest point, rods come in at the farthest away point. Okay, the way that would work then is that everything would have to be on this level. I guess it doesn't have to be that far away. Yeah, they'd have to come in up here. Man, it's too complicated. Let's just do this. It's too damn complicated in my opinion. Like, to hell with it. Okay. So 1, 2. 1. No, that's a little too close there. Yeah, just too damn complicated. It's just gonna make things a pain in the butt. So 1, 2. There we go. Okay. So then ramp, and then ramp, and then ramp, and then ramp. Then we go like this, that. That one. No, give me this. Thank you. Okay. And then again, that comes in here. That goes there. Okay. Oh, and then how these are gonna go. So these ones. So yeah, that does complicate the outputs a little bit. Because I was just gonna run the outputs to the ground and then combine them, but yeah, that's not gonna. We'll combine them. Yeah, that's gonna end up being a pain in the butt. Because having them combine and then go to this would be fine, but I don't have the room to do that. Unless we do combine them at the end, but we combine them on the back side of this. It'll be a little bit weird, but I suppose it'll work. Okay, let's, well, first of all, before we think about that. So 1, 2, wait, oops. Unless we bring the wire coil all the way over. That might be a thing. Bring the wire coil, bring the wire coil all the way over. Like that. Okay, then, yeah, put a separation there. Okay. Bring that one all the way over. I'm actually enjoying this type of input because it does work well. It's just what I would really like to see is I would like to see them incorporate some of the designs from Satisfactory as far as gameplay goes. Because man, I'll tell you, it's a pain in the butt. Like Satisfactory, you could do so much in such a tight space. Which made it, whoops, I thought that was too far. Which made it very easy to plan for. But yeah, with this, it's just such a pain. I just figured out how I could get the wire coil in there, and how I can get the wire coil at the proper belt. Just run the wire coil belts on this side of it. I don't know why I didn't think about moving the freaking inputs. Oh my gosh. Okay. It came to me because I was like, well, we're gonna have 2 sets of belts. The wall is gonna be here. So getting the 2 rod belts in this space is like, maybe I can change that. And then it's just like, oh, of course. Just run the freaking wire coil, the 2 wire coil belts. Oh, but wait a minute. I mean, it'll still work. But how do I get the wire? How do I get the other wire? Oh wait, no. Wire coil belt can just go through here. A freaking course. Jeez. Okay. So this is 1 wire coil belt, but this one has to be like this. There we go. So, wire coil, and then the other wire coil comes in here, and then turns into here, and then turns into there. And the reason I'm not going to this first input, and I'm going to the second one, is because this one would be the first. I don't know, it feels better to do it that way, because that seems like the main line. Honestly, I don't think it probably would not make a damn bit of difference, but... okay. So then... the rods are gonna go... Are they gonna go all the way? Do. Rosanna? No. There... Ooh. Yeah, okay, so this one would go... like this. And then... Yep, just do a full rotation. Yeah. So that one works there. And then this one goes straight out. this, and then goes down this way, and then goes to here. Okay, and then that one separates for that one. And then that puts the rods and the wire coil in the proper areas. Okay, so that one's completed. This production level is pretty much done. However, I do need to figure out where the middle of this is, because I do want to remove. We'll go in 10. This one as well, in 10. Yeah, luckily none of the other bridges are built yet, so I only have to do this on this level. Oops. There we go. Okay, and we only need enough space for 2 belts, so I want enough space for 2 either side plus the 2 belts. So yeah, right. So we'll go 2 into. So then we'll have a space of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's not going to be a space of. Well, it has to be a space of. I guess it has to be a spacing like that. So. What we could do is we could put the 2 belts on one side, I suppose. But then we got to cross over. Well, yeah. The other thing is these 2 belts are going to be. Oh no, I don't have. Oh no, I do have the space. It's going to be stupid. Yeah, I have to do it like that because this is the wall here. Okay. Well, like I said, it could be. Like this, I suppose. Oh yeah, I got to think about the wall too. Okay, yeah, there's going to be a wall here, so like this, and then like this. Okay, and then there's a space of 3 here. That works there. It's either 3 or 1, because if I remove this and remove this, that puts the belts here, and then the wall here, and then a space of 1. Yeah, I think we got it perfect. Okay, so that works for the wire coils there. And then should we design the wire coil production at the same rate? I think we should, because then we can start getting this actual produced and seeing how things work. Actually, no, we should get this done and then move to the other side. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right, I've got the inputs made. So I decided to go back this way, and I came up with an even better plan. So they come out down to this level, of course, like they do, and then they do a U-turn and they combine going this way, and then they make a left-hand turn and combine going this way to the elevator. They go around the elevator shaft because they're right up against it, and then they slope down. I forgot this space even existed. Then they slope down and go to here. Now, of course, when we get to the some of the higher levels where it's just those back elevators, then it's going to be going to here, sloping down, and then going to here. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. But yeah, and then they just input into this elevator, and then out they go. Okay. So now that side's done, let's go ahead and get this side done. This side's going to be much easier, of course, as far as that goes, because we only got an input and an output to deal with. We don't have to have 2 inputs and then 1 output. But it's going to be combining both sides. So this side and this side. And then we're going to be splitting both sides. So yeah, like I said, this one's going to be a little bit different. Wait, which one's the input? Which one's the output again? Okay, so this one's the input. Alright, this is going to be interesting to design. So input, and then this one's going to be, so then output, 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 output. And then we got to turn. Actually, I should be doing this as well. Pulling it over 2. Like that. And then this one, since we got so much room, we might as well, right? Yeah, because this one's the output, I believe. That's what I said. Yep, this one's the output, so... Yeah, we'll slope all the way to the... Oops. Slope all the way to the ground, I think. That's how we'll do it. And then slope up will be the next one. Let's see how well this works. That's where the rods go. And of course, like I said, that... Yeah, you know what? We should do the same system for this bottom. It just works so well when you got multiple belts. Okay, so then foundation. It's like, yeah, it just works too well. Alright, so then the inputs of the rods will come in. Well, the inputs of the rods are going to come in a little bit weirdly, I think. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it, because yeah, it's going to be a little bit more strange. Because we can't have the coils and the rods like this, like that side. We can't have them crossing over, because the outputs on that. You know what, the outputs could combine on the ceiling and then just come this way. I'd be okay with that. Is there enough room to combine them that way? There is. This one would be like a little whoop-de-doo, but... I mean, I kind of want them to come out this way, but... That would get rid of the... That would uncomplicate this whole system. Yeah, it definitely would. Just have the outputs combine on the ceiling like they normally do. And then have the 2 belts then go to those 2 things there. Okay. Alrighty. So then... obviously we're going to use these. So that definitely, yep, that definitely allows for a wall to be installed. Does it allow for a wall to be installed on this side? It does. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this... Oh, we can't combine it. Well, it'll still work. We just, this one doesn't need to exist. Sorry, I was in my default mode there. So yeah, like I said, these ones are going to go like this to the wall, make a little whoop-de-doo thing, and then go over. Oh wait, these ones need to turn immediately, don't they? So then they'll go to there. That. Okay, and then they'll slope down both at the same time, I think. Okay, so that one's combined. And then this one is combined to there. so once we get past the wall, which we have, then what we'll do is we got to do slope down. Is we'll go all the way to the ceiling, both belts, which works flawlessly. And then that one goes to there, and this one goes to there. Sweet. So to there, and then to there, and then look at that, beautiful. And that just keeps it all out of the way for this, and then for these ones will be super easy. What we do is we just put a splitter. Oops, there's a little bit of lag there. Since they're going to be coming in on this side, and I don't know, I may swap it. Just depends. Yeah, because this one's going to be like that. And since we only got the one build to worry about, we don't have to do our whole other system. Although it probably would look good, it's just I don't want things to be too overly complicated. Easy to remember is what I want to go for. Let's see. And what I might do is I might like immediately, depending on where the belt is at, we'll make these ones meet like this. So then the outputs can be like this. Okay, so I'll have to move that over, but that's fine. And that just keeps things out of the way. That goes there, and this one goes here. And what I'm gonna do is right as it comes out of the gate, I'm gonna throw a balancer. And I'll just keep both of those at the same peak efficiency. Hopefully. Just to keep things balanced, so that they can help each other. Alright, off they go. Doing their little outputs. Okay. So then, that goes there, and that one goes there. Very nice. I guess we could have had the way this one. Well, that one would split really weirdly. But hey, we're getting our wire coils, which are going to be coming down. What I might do is I might block this off and let them build up in those machines until it's fully built, and then have it come down this way, so that everything's maxed out. But then yeah, now I just got to do that. What? 3 more times. Yep, just got to do that 3 more times. Okay, just a quick little thing here. Let's go ahead and hook these up. Get them going. I'm hoping I fixed I had a little bit of a rod problem below, so I guess we'll find out here in a minute. It only goes... It goes very low. The amount of rods that we need is very low, but... Yeah. We should start hearing some production going on. Yeah. There we go. They're producing. I see the first bits. Here in a minute, we'll see the first bits of electronical components coming down the line. And there they go. Into the elevator. Boop. Sweet. This is working well so far. It's gonna take a little bit for all the machines to fully work to life, and the reason I'm not worried about these being split like this and stuff like that is because we're going to be producing at 320. Well, we're going to be producing at 360 onto a belt that's only 320. So yeah, I'm not worried at all. Everything, you can see the belt's already maxed out, so, and that'll max out the elevator. Here pretty soon it's going to stop because the elevator is going to get full because those aren't going anywhere yet. But yeah, that works. I'm fully happy with that. Okay, like I said, now to do it 3 more times. Let's go. And done. Man, I can't believe how long that took me. It is insane. Oh. Oh, it's coming back. Yeah, I bet you I'm missing. Am I missing any road pieces? Yeah. Yeah, the, seems that, we're getting a little bit crazy in this area. Blocks are starting to take longer. What I did was I went and checked on, I went and checked on my, my copper here, which is basically what it is, but yeah, I went and checked on my copper and it was coming in, the Technum, you should say, or I should say, and it was just coming in. But yeah, we got the five belts of rods here. They're all pretty much completely stopped. They are still, I think, nope, they're still completely stopped. Okay, cool. So let's click the elevator here. We'll wait for the elevator. And as we go to the upper part of the elevator, you're going to see all the floors, because I'm going to go all the way to the roof. You'll see all the floors are completely done for the entire wire coil as well as the entire electronical components too. So yeah, you'll see. That's logistics floor 1, production floor 1, logistics 2, production 2, logistics 3, production 3, logistics 4, production 4, logistics 5, production 5, roof access. So now we are on the roof with all the elevators and such. Yep. So yeah, we're completely done with this entire project. Both logistics floors for each building are completely done for every level. The inbound and the outbound belts and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a long ride though, I tell you. Woo. Can't believe how long that took me. It was insane. Yeah, the rods are definitely going to be a problem when these buildings go into full production mode. We're definitely going to have issues there. And I've also noticed that the FPS has started to drop a little bit. There's a little bit going on. Yeah, each one of those are done though. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. And so that allows us to open up, look at all this, like we got 4 belts. These are going to be completely maxed out belts of electronical components, so that is a very nice. Yes, a very nice. Oops. Probably turning on a whole bunch of machines by doing this. But I wanted to slope this down. Okay, cool. You know what I should do is I should put a, see, do I have one? No, I don't. I was like, we should put a container down here, holding onto electronical components. We can't even build one. What do we need? We need steel. Okay, we'll grab a little bit of steel, get that done. But yeah, that's pretty much project over for those two, which is very nice. I am glad to have those done. Just one of those will do. By the time we get over there. Yep, it's like, by the time we get over there, it'll be ready. There we go. So then what I'll do is I'll throw one of these down. Just one. Oh wait, that's too close. Needs to be 2 spaces away. Like that, okay. And then get these belts all in place. Boom. 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 And then the inputs. That's going to fill up pretty damn fast, I would imagine. But that'll hold on to a lot of electronical components for us. Yeah, look at all the elevators going. So yeah, something I've noticed with these elevators is if you got stuff going in, you got the right side or the one side going up, and then if you got stuff coming out, you got the elevators going down. So yeah, look at them go. Heck yeah, dude, we almost look how fast that's going. But then we can have some electronical components in our pocket if we want. But for now, that'll work there. But yeah, I think with the ending of that project, that is going to be it for this episode of Foundry. Got quite a bit done. I'm pretty happy with the progress of this. So now we can move on to the circuit board factory, as well as if we need other factories as well, electronical components. Well, just you see the elevators. Yeah, and a look at these buildings. Wow, just the amount of lag looking over there is pretty insane. Luckily, everything's going to not be able to go full bore, or if it does go full bore, it won't be able to go full bore because of the outputs of the belts. The belts are too small, or we're just overproducing. But yeah. We'll have the little bridges in between, which will be nice. But yeah, they look pretty good. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. Glad we were able to make that happen. Okay, so now we need to recalculate this. Just one quick calculation, and let's see what this project has accomplished. Okay, so we're going to take. Let's pull out a calculator here. We're going to take the 30 times 12 again. That's 360. So 360 times 5, 1,800. 1,800 electrical components per minute. So 1,800. Okay. 1,800. Oh, and we need to do the wire too. So 120 times what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 120 times 12. That's 1440. I can't even go up that high with my monitor. Yeah, it's already at 1440. Okay. And then plus whatever we're producing up there, which is 8. So we take the rest of it times 8. So 120 times 8, 960. So if we take that 960 times 4, because we're producing less on the upper floors. So 960 times 4. Because there's 4 floors, yep. So 3840 plus 1440, 5,280. So, yeah, let's change that. 5,280 wire per minute. That's a lot of wire. That's a lot of electrical components. Oh man. But yeah, project done for that. So now, like I said, we can move on to circuit boards. This is very good, and then we can move on to. So we'll have enough for once this is at full maximum, like it can just go at full bore. Then we'll have enough for this, because you need electronical components for the bots, for the builder robots. You need electronical components for the energy cells. You need electronical components for the circuit boards. And electronical components for the construction material. Because we factored this in? I'm pretty sure it was just 100 extra anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, that is going to be it. And yep, just as a quick little reminder that we did get the membership stuff going. So, if you'd like to support me financially, not a requirement, and I'm not going to talk about it a bunch. I know I've already talked about it too much already, but after that, it's not going to be too much more. So, but yeah, like I said, not a requirement, but if you would like to support me financially, the option is there now. Totally up to you. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.